as promised, let's continue on with our main chapters right now. Let's go. Poisoning incident. After the nobleman collapsed, the crowd erupted in chaos and panic. Servants and healers rushed forward, trying to understand what happened. One of the servants, with their voice trembling, urged the crowd to clear space around the fallen man. Of course, calm down, everyone. What's going on here? Who's this guy? A man's shout cut through the noise, instantly quieting the crowd. Lord Var. Right, Mr. Romander was poisoned. Poisoned? Yes, his lips and throat show signs of discoloration, typical of poisoning. The healer lowered his voice and his words were soon drowned out by the murmuring crowd. From the conversation, this tall man must be Lord Var. With just one shout, he managed to silence everyone, such commanding presence. Ladies and gentlemen, my apologies for interrupting your dinner. It is with great regret that I must inform you an intruder has infiltrated the banquet. Before the distressed nobles could react, Var's commanding voice filled the room, his voice sparking even more whispers among the guests. For your safety, please refrain from touching any food for the time being. Even the nobles listened to him. Maybe he's more than just a regular lord? Oh no, this is bad. Erik's voice snapped me out of my thoughts. He rests a hand on his chin, his eyes deep in thought. And he turns to look at me. Did I do something wrong? What's going on? Who are you? Following Erik's gaze, Lord Var, the one who had just warned everyone not to touch the food, stood looking at me, his arms crossed at his chest. His gaze is sharp and I feel a chill run down my spine. Still, I force myself to stand tall, ready to face whatever is coming next. Every guest here was personally invited by me, yet I don't recall ever inviting you. Are you the new bride mentioned in Lord Raynor's letter, or perhaps your Lady Martha, attending on behalf of Mr. Timo, who couldn't make it? Please, Lord Var, there's no need to rush to conclusions. I believe this lady is from the Eastern Isles. Just as I began to panic, Erik stepped forward, placing himself between me and Var. You see, she bears the crest of a neighboring land. Then you mentioned that distinguished guests from other countries will be attending this banquet too. Erik, is she with you? No, tonight's the first time seeing this lovely lady. But if she's truly a guest invited by you, I doubt she'll appreciate being treated like an unknown stranger by the host. Unless, of course, you plan to accuse her of poisoning Mr. Romander simply because she can't prove her identity and innocence. Erik's smile widened slightly, a hint of cunning in his expression. Lord Var's eyes grow even darker. I am not some suspicious person. I didn't poison Mr. Romander. He did take food in front of me, but he didn't eat a single bite. Hearing that I might be mistaken for the wrongdoer, I hastily tried to defend myself. However, Erik, standing in front of me, suddenly turned and signaled with his eyes for me to stay quiet. If Lord Var does not welcome this noble lady from a neighboring land, my people and I would gladly offer her refuge. Var? Erik, I never said she wasn't welcome here. Var's sharp gaze landed on Erik, then swept over the crowd. The concerned and fearful noble stayed silent, waiting for his next move. Ladies and gentlemen, regarding Mr. Romander's unfortunate situation, let us treat it as a personal vendetta for now. After all, his business involved many people's interests. He even said once that he wouldn't be surprised if he were assassinated one day. I have my servants test each dish to make sure that the food is safe. If you wish to stay and continue enjoying the banquet, I'll be more than happy to host. As for this lady, Var's eyes landed on me and I swallowed nervously. But the next moment, his expression softens into a smile, though his eyes remained cold. Would you mind coming with me? Hey? I did invite nobles from the Eastern Isles, but I received no clear replies. I assumed that they couldn't attend, so I didn't personally greet you. Please allow me to apologize for my oversight. My guards will escort you to a room where I'll personally attend to you. As I remain in shock, a few guards suddenly close in around me, firmly leading me out of the hall. Wait. I'm afraid I must insist on accompanying her. So gentlemanly, huh, Erik? Just then, Erik made it through the crowd, gracefully linking his arm with mine. He smiles at me and turns to face Val once more. I've always been keen to exchange ideas with guests from the Eastern Isles, Lord Var. You wouldn't mind, would you? Oh, I'm sure you wouldn't. After all, the Vars have strong academic and business ties with my family, wouldn't you agree? Ignoring the growing anger in Var's eyes, Erik calmly takes my arm, and nods at the guards. Seeing their master offer no objection, the guards have no choice but to accept Erik's company as they lead us through the ornate corridor to the depths of the estate. The noise of the crowd and Var's voice fade behind us, leaving only the sound of our footsteps and those of the guards. I have no idea what's going to happen next. And why is Erik helping me? Interesting. Erik and I were brought into another lavish room where servants serve us tea right away. Not bad. At least there's tea. Once the guards and servants left, there are only Erik and I in the room. While I feel on edge, Erik keeps his elegant smile, occasionally glancing around the room with interest. Oh yeah, thank you for earlier, kind sir. But why did you defend me? Seeing a beautiful lady such as yourself being mistreated like that, it was only natural for me to step in. Oh, and there's no need to address me so formally. As I mentioned before, I'm just the son of a northern noble. In terms of social status, I'm probably below you. Erik maintains his graceful smile. Erik is indeed kind. Oh, I should talk to him before Var arrives. Maybe he can offer me some advice. Erik, do you know what's going to happen next? Well, I think that depends on you. Me? Well, a foreign noblewoman appearing at the end of a days-long banquet. Her true identity is bound to raise questions, isn't it? I'm really not from here. Oh? From the look on your face, it doesn't seem like you're lying, or is there something that you're not telling? Since there's no one else here, why not consider telling me the truth about yourself? Maybe I can be of help. Help me. It seems you're not fully aware of your current situation yet. While I believe you're innocent, if luck isn't on your side, you might land yourself in prison, probably. The only difference is that instead of a dark dungeon, you'll be a guest confined to one of vast, lavish rooms, unable to leave. However, if you're willing to be honest with me right now, I can use my influence and negotiate with Var. Perhaps you will be able to roam a bit more freely as a guest. If Var really intends to hold me here, as Erik claimed, I won't be able to go anywhere at all. What should I do? Should I tell him the truth? While I'm still thinking about how to answer Erik, heavy footsteps approach from outside. The door swings open as Var strides into the room, sitting across from us. My lord. I began nervously, but Var ignored me, turning his attention to Erik instead. Erik, this room is quite impressive, isn't it? Of course, from the decor to the furnishings, it all reflects your exquisite taste. My servant said you've been looking around since you got here. If anything caught your eye, just say so and I shall give it to you. Once you've taken what you want, it will be time for you to return to your territory. Wait, is Var trying to send him away? Oh, how generous of you today, Lord Var. But I'm not a child. When there's something far more precious in front of me, how could I be happy with just a simple treat? Don't push your luck, Erik. I'm being more than enough kind to you. Remember, I could always call your mother and make sure you don't even get a treat. Call your mother? Maybe I'm too old for calling parents. At the mention of his mother, Erik's smile stiffened for a moment. However, in the blink of an eye, the awkwardness disappears as he elegantly lifts his cup taking a sip of the tea before continuing to talk. I think we should cut to the chase instead. So, our beautiful foreign guest here, are you a new visitor or perhaps an assassin from far away? If you are willing to speak, maybe the great lord here will let you live. Erik narrows his eyes at me, his long fingers slowly touching his lips, adding a certain allure to his features. Before I could respond, Var glared at him and then turned his piercing gaze toward me. Stop joking, Erik. I wouldn't kill her without looking into her first. Wouldn't you agree, my lady? Oh, my apologies. I haven't even asked your name yet. How shall I address you? I'm Jane. Jane. Is there a naming custom from the Eastern Isles? After a brief silence, Erik spoke up again to help me out, and I quickly nodded, hoping that my name didn't arouse any suspicion. Well, more or less. Erik and Lady Jane, and there's no need to be so tense. Lady Jane's attire and accessories are undoubtedly luxurious, and her crest is genuine. That much is obvious. However, there are unrest in the kingdom. Poisonings, murders, all sorts of strange things have been happening. Some blame the commoners' resentment of the nobles, while others suspect the runners in the mountains. However, with no concrete evidence to support either claim, I must remain cautious. So that's what this is about. I was wondering why you suddenly allowed me into this discussion. Since those wildlings live near a mount of silver scales, which falls under your jurisdiction, I'm letting you know. But in return, if anything stirs among them, you must report it to me immediately. I'll have to consult my mother about that. A sly smile glints in Erik's eyes as he threw Var's own words back at him. Smart guy, Erik. Var glanced at him again, this time without responding. Well then, Lady Jane, you'll be staying in the royal city as the king's guest for a few days. So it has come to this after all. Hearing Var's decision, I frowned instinctively. At the same time, Erik speaks up with curiosity. The royal city, so you don't plan to keep Lady Jane in your territory? Huh? Of course not. Var's smile remains warm, but his words grow more threatening. After all, Lady Jane was the only stranger at this banquet. Many people also noted that Romander briefly left the hall before his death, and the last person he came into contact with was you. As I said earlier, several cases of poisoning have happened in the kingdom, so I hope you're me for being careful. Typo error here. While noble from the Eastern Isles might not have the incentive to harm Romander personally, what if they did? Besides, even if you were the one who killed Romander, you're still a noble from another country, and that's not something I can handle alone. I've already reported this to His Majesty. Soon you'll be a guest of the royal city. But I really didn't kill that man. Guards, escort our esteemed guest out. At Var's order, 2 guards entered and signaled for me to leave with them. And this time, I'll also. No, you will stay. We still have to discuss the matters of the runners. Now, Lady Jane, it's about time for you to go. The carriage to the royal city is already prepared. Let's not keep them waiting. With that, Erik is forcibly kept behind by Var while I am escorted and ushered out of the room, stepping into the shadows of the corridor. Okay. Nighttime journey. With the rough handling of the guards, I hurried out the door with them. Outside, the sky has darkened and a bright moon hangs high, bathing the land in silvery light. I didn't even have time to go find Igor and tell him what happened. I can only wait for him to come to me himself. It's okay, he always managed to find me when we were on missions before. I should be worried about myself now. As instructed by the guards, I see no point in further resistance and move toward one of the carriages. In front of the carriage, a woman dressed as a maid awaits, accompanied by 2 guards on horseback. My lady, Lord Var has sent me to accompany you. Thank you. I lift my dress and climb the carriage, which soon begins to move. I haven't even found a suitable candidate for an Einherry yet, and already caused such a commotion. I can't just tell Lady Scold that I need to go back. I should first try to resolve the issues myself. Excuse me. Yes, my lady. What will happen to me? What do you mean? Oh, I thought I would be taken for questioning or something. Questioning? How could that be? You are not only Lord Var's esteemed guest, but also a guest of the entire kingdom of Norivar. You would never dare to be so rude. Lord Var has already informed His Majesty that you will be staying in the royal city. Please enjoy the city's hospitality during your stay. It seems this maid doesn't know anything about what happened at the banquet. I fell into silence, lost in thought, and the maid kept quiet knowingly, not bringing up anything anymore. I feel a bit uneasy in your awkward silence, and just as I'm about to say something, bandits, at the shout of the coachman. The horses whinnied in fear and the carriage came to a sudden stop. I leaned out of the carriage to see what's happening outside, as a group of armed bandits have surrounded the carriage. 2 guards dismount immediately, trying to fend off the intruders. However, despite the guards' impressive fighting skills, they struggle against the sheer number of bandits and show signs of fatigue. This won't do, I need to help them. Besides, I glance over at the maid beside me, who is trembling in fear, muttering prayers for the protection of the gods. Mustering my courage, I leap from the carriage, grab a wooden stick from the ground as my weapon, and swing it at one of the bandits with his back turned to me. I don't know how much help I can be, but I just have to try. It's a battle round. Yep, this is a battle round. I think I need mainly tag, and then I'll change this up for let's go.
ありがとう。助けてくれてありがとう。僕を攻撃するなんて。他のみんなは。次は私。君の。
To play this game, I feel like we have to set some kind of timer for the jobs running. So far, so good. How many rounds? Okay. Should I go have a look? Ah, friends. Pending. Let's check on my contractor jobs. Clean. Okay, so I have 10 jobs running currently. I was hoping I get to like cook something, but I guess not. No apples. I would like to know which one gives apples. Oh, orchid helper. Alright, 14 minutes. Fine. I wish they kind of sort the contractor jobs by the amount of time, but I guess it's okay. I'm gonna have to buy those items soon. Now I gotta put this censored version on. Give me 5 minutes, I will be continuing the main story. Hello, I'm back. And then I think I have about an hour, so let's continue on with our story. Let's go. Will this really do? Yes, my lady. This will do. Thank you again for your help. Taking advantage of my intervention, the two guards swiftly subdued the remaining bandits, tied them up, left them by the roadside, claiming that someone would deal with them during the day. The carriage starts moving again. After the incident, the maid, now more relaxed, begins to trust in me a bit more, and her demeanor isn't as stiff as before. That was really dangerous just now. Lady Jane, please leave such matters to the guards. It's their job after all. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Honestly, it was indeed an emergency, but if something were to happen to you, we wouldn't be able to bear the consequences. That's true. I apologize. Let's not dwell on it anymore. Could you tell me about some sites or special places in the royal city? Well, hoping to gather some information about the city, I try to shift the conversation. Without hesitation, the maid starts sharing what she knows. Time passes quickly as we chat. By sunrise, the carriage has safely arrived at the royal city. As we cross the plains and pass through the city walls, intricate wooden buildings come into view, packed tightly together, weaving a complex web of streets and alleys. Merchants and passers-by engage in lively, bustling conversations. It's a different kind of vibe atmosphere from that of Asgard. It's beautiful. The people look happy too. Spring is nearly over and the blessed day of eternal daylight is approaching, so everyone is in a great mood. Crossing this bridge will take you to the residence Lord Var has arranged for you. Please rest well, Lady Jane. Though it's now morning, the long day's events and the night journey has left me totally exhausted. After arriving at the residence, I collapse on the soft bed, drifting off almost immediately. When I wake again, the sun is already high in the sky. I get out of bed, finding that although this place cannot compare to Lord Var's estate, is still quite comfortable. The tidy environment adds to the overall coziness. Morning. By the time I'm dressed and head to the dining room, a lavish breakfast is already set on the table. Good morning, Lady Jane. Did you sleep well last night? Very well, thank you. Although my current situation isn't ideal. I was waking up in a cozy, well-decorated room. A maid was already cleaning and cooking for me. Var's arrangements are so thoughtful that I almost forget I'm actually forced to come here. At this time, something nearby catches my eye and I almost gasp out loud. Oh, this? As I'm trying my best to hold my astonishment, the maid has already reached and picked up the flower basket. It's a delicate flower basket with a snow-white ribbon tied around its handle. Surrounded by blue flowers, a beautifully crafted doll sits quietly inside. Igor. He really found his way to me. I found this at the doorstep this morning. I figured it must be a gift from Lord Var for you, so I brought it in. Haha, such a lifelike doll. Yes, I think it's made with real fur. It feels incredibly soft. If not for the bow tie, I might have thought it was an actual animal. With a hint of envy in her eyes, the maid gives the bow tie on Igor's chest a little tug. Though Igor remains motionless, I can almost see displeasure flickering in his eyes. Poor boy. He's quite delicate. It would be terrible if it got damaged. Let's leave it alone for now. I hurriedly tell the maid to put the flower basket back, hastily trying to change the topic. I suddenly remember the two guards from the previous day. By the way, where are the two guards who accompanied us yesterday? Have they already left? Yes, they returned to Lord Var's estate. After escorting us here, they have likely arrived there by now. Is there something you need from them? No, it's nothing. In that case, I'm heading out today. There aren't any restrictions on me leaving, right? Of course not. In fact, Lord Var hopes for you to enjoy your stay. He really knows how to get his story straight. But he's likely doing this because he's unsure of my true identity. He doesn't want to offend any powers backing me, especially if I were truly a noble from the Eastern Isles. Shall I accompany you then? It's fine, I can go by myself. If you could tidy up the house for me, I'll appreciate it. With that, I walked over to where the flower basket was placed, intending to take Igor out. However, the maid seems to misread my intention. She comes to my side and gently pats Igor's head with her hand. You seem to really like the flower basket, Lady Jane. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it while you're out. Oh. I think the maid is not simple. She's probably holding Igor hostage. Thank you, I'll leave it to you then. Noticing the maid's reaction, I feel that it will only seem weird if I insisted on taking Igor out with me, so I just cast him a look of apology before heading out. I'm heading out then. Of course, take care, Lady Jane. So this is the market the maid mentioned yesterday. I first head to the market closest to the residence, but soon after entering I hear malicious shouting nearby. Following the sound, I spot a few menacing looking men dressed more lavishly than the others, surrounding a woman in a dark alley. Fool, do you know what happens if you cross us? Hand over the money. I'm sorry, but I really can't. Please, mercy. Middle-aged woman. I feel like that should be me. Shut up, just give us the money. The commotion is so loud that it seems impossible for anyone to not notice. Yet the nearby vendors seem to be purposefully ignoring it out of fear. Stop. As the situation escalated and the men looked ready to get violent, I rushed forward, stepping in front of the woman. It's disgraceful for grown men to gang up on a defenseless woman. Have you no shame? Ha, don't you know who we are? Guess we'll have to teach you a lesson for sticking your nose where it doesn't belong. Get her. Another battle. Let's go. I'll just do I feel like I need at least 2 hearts and let's do 1 tag then. Is there more than 1? Yeah. I feel like the sprites are so cute. Next. Okay. Wait, did I not pass that stage? I can't remember. Who's the one who keeps saying angel?
くそ次は私の番です。絶対に思い通りにはさせない。
Tidal crush.
援助感謝します。
変な代償。
あなたのおかげで絶対に。なぜ俺ばかり攻撃する。心配し
変
なぜ俺ばかり攻撃する。
共闘。
くそ
Let me know what you guys think about the combat. Is it cute? Cool? What? You don't have to. Don't worry, I can handle these people. Just run. Compared to the bandits from yesterday, these men are clearly weaker. I find myself still able to dodge and even fight back while protecting the woman at the same time. I see. Thank you, kind lady. I'll go get the guards right away. I'll leave that to you. Right, please be careful. Hey, that woman's getting away. Hurry, get her. It'll be trouble if the guards show up. Over my dead body. Another battle. Okay. I will need the highly tech group and then change this to... Yep.
あり援助なぜ俺ばかり攻撃する。心配しキーを絶対に思い通りにはさせない。次はご支援感謝しありがとうございます。他のみんなは。ご支援感謝ありがとう。他のみんなは。
Someone's really breathless. I can't identify who it is.
援助あんたは相手を間違えたね。
I mean, I can tell Aaron's voice. It's really nasal and obvious.
助けて俺はこれが苦手だと言ったはずだ。
And Jago and Shun's voice, I think, but I can't tell Lena and Sheehan apart from each other. But I must, I must for now. I have to learn the differences between them soon. Damn you nosy woman, you regret this. Seeing that his men couldn't handle me and the guards were arriving soon, the men muttered some vague threats and fled. Phew, that was close. Once they left, I collapsed on the ground as if my strength had suddenly drained. The crowd that has been keeping their distance slowly begins to gather around me. Wow, I didn't expect a young lady like you to stand up to them. You're quite brave. I'm Jane. Who were those men anyway? Oh, those guys? They are infamous bullies around here. They throw their weight around because they've got numbers, strength, and some fighting skills. If we don't pay them regularly, they make trouble. So even though they ask for quite a bit of money, we do not dare refuse. Yeah, I wonder why Nana didn't comply today. Nana, is she the woman from earlier? Do you know where she lives? We're not really sure. Nana doesn't talk much about her personal life. Why are you asking? You said she used to pay them, right? I'm curious why she suddenly chose to resist today, even though it would cause trouble. I see, it's really kind of you, but like I said, she rarely talks about herself, so we don't know much at all. If you want to keep up with what happens next, come back in a few days. We'll also notify you if Nana comes by during the time. Alright, thanks for the help. Since the woman suggested that I wait and the sun was setting, I reluctantly returned to the residence despite still worrying about Nana. Personal guard. Lady Jane, what happened? You're not hurt, are you? When I returned all this havoc after just half a day, the maid sent by Val was in shock. Despite my claims that I wasn't hurt and it was all just an accident, she insisted that I rest for 3 days. That's too much. Looks like I really need to seize people up before taking action next time. Feeling bored, I sit at the dining table eating breakfast while watching the people passing by outside. The flower basket, already starting to wilt, is still sitting there, but Igor, who had been inside, was already taken back by me. He's probably in the room right now. With the maid here, I just can't talk to him openly. Knock, knock. Hearing the knocks, the maid who has been busy in the kitchen quickly set aside her work and goes to answer the door. Strange, I wonder who it could be at this time. Sir Sheehan. I'm the captain of the guards now. Sheehan's here. A cold voice came from the doorway and I curiously peeked over. A young man with a chilly demeanor stands there. Besides his pale golden hair glowing in the morning sun, the most striking feature is his blue eyes. He is indeed pretty. His gaze is clear like a winter stream, yet I can't quite read his emotions. His unique aura makes me want to take a scan look. Are you Lady Jane? Yes. My name is Sheehan. His Majesty has sent me to be your personal guard. But Lord Sheehan, the maid tried to speak, but Sheehan's icy glance silenced him immediately. If you plan to go out, please allow me to accompany you. Is that okay? Of course. And I'll trouble you. Can I call you Sheehan? If it pleases you. I thought she'd keep trying to stop me from going out, but maybe now that Sheehan's here, she feels less concerned about my safety. Either way, it's good that I can finally leave the house. I need to find someone willing to sign a contract and become my Aunt Harry as soon as possible. Still, I feel sorry for Igor. It's even harder to bring him along with someone else around. Just give me a minute. I'll grab my stuff and come right out. I go back to my room as I'm dressing myself up. I tell Igor that he's free to move around from now on. Be careful not to get spotted. Of course not. You should really trust me more, Jane. He doesn't resist at all. In fact, he's overjoyed, cheering as he finally gets permission to go out after so many days. Alright, I'm off to investigate then. Look forward to my good news. With that, he springs onto the windowsill and slips through the narrow gap, vanishing from view in the blink of an eye. Alright then, time for me to head out too. With Sheehan's appearance, I finally regain my freedom and step out onto the streets with him. Not heartless. Go, go, go. Where would you like to go? I'll leave that to you. I'm not familiar with the area, so I trust you to that. Without a word, Sheehan walked ahead, taking the lead in silence. Feeling a bit awkward about his quietness, I talk again. Where are we going? Sheehan. Apologies, I'm not very good at this kind of thing. I thought he was more of a quiet type. Turns out he perhaps just bad at small talks. No worries, I shouldn't have put you on the spot. No, it's my fault. I'm taking you to the market nearby. We'll be there soon. The market? I didn't get a chance to look around properly last time because of that incident. Hearing him mention it definitely piqued my interest. That's great. I've been wanting to visit the market. Oh, do they sell anything special there? Food? Then I'll trouble you to lead the way. Sure. We start off at the same time, but unexpectedly collide with each other. I stumble, my arm brushing against his waist as my body leans against his, finally regaining my balance. Sorry. It's fine, Lady Jane. I'm just not used to having physical contact with people. I see. My apologies. Seeing Sheehan's being so uncomfortable, I quickly step back, keeping my distance from him as I walk a little behind him. However, the position allows me a clear look of his lowered head and the back of his neck that is quickly turning red. His overly honest reaction renders me a bit shy as well. How should I put this? It's kind of cute. Yes, he is. Covering my mouth with my hand, I try to hide my smile from Sheehan. A child's cry. Moments later, I am back at the market under Sheehan's lead. Due to what happened a few days ago, the vendors greet me and Sheehan warmly. I'm sorry, but we don't need this. However, I quickly find that whenever a vendor tries to push us, they retreat wisely at just one glance from Sheehan. During this time, I also spot several girls trying hard to catch Sheehan's attention, but he ignores them all. Oh, of course. Sheehan, just as I was about to speak, a faint sound of crying reached my ears. Is that the sound of a child crying? I'm afraid so. Lady Jane, I'm sorry, but I might need to interrupt your plans. Please allow me to step away for a moment to see what's going on. He asked for my permission solemnly. If it weren't for his current duties, I think he would have already acted. Looks like he can't just ignore anyone in need. He really is a gentle and kind-hearted person. Sure, of course, I'll go with you. We follow the sound into a dark alley. A few ragged thugs have rounded up on a boy who is curled up on the ground, kicking and hitting him. However, despite being bullied, the boy still clings tightly to something beneath him, with only a few whimpers escaping his throat. This is just unacceptable. You all need to... Just as I'm about to step in, I catch an abrupt bright goal suddenly flashing past me. Please step back, Lady Jane, let me handle this. Before I could react, Sheehan dashed in front of those thugs, moving as fast as a flash. Lord Sheehan, don't take it the wrong way. We're just teaching this clueless brat a lesson. He sneered. It is you who need to be taught the lesson. Another combat. I need 2 hearts and 1 tech. Okay, let's do it.
助け自分の愚かななかなかの
ちょうどいいちょうどいいわざわざ行かずに済んだ変な
ぜ俺ばっか助けて絶対に
変な感じだ
くそ
変
失敗だ絶対に失敗自分すぐ
京都
すぐに思い知らせている
お前いい感じ大将
絶対にいやあなたたちは私を過小評価しているようですね
いい感じ
俺は
That's quite a number of rounds now.
なぜお前は
あなたの寛大さと優しさに感動しました。ありがとうございます。
お前ちょうどいい大志向じゃなぜ
あなた
いい感じ自分のいい子じゃやっぱり
あなたたちは私を申し訳ございません。で、失敗してしまいました。
Sheehan's strength. Let's continue. Let me see you bully the weak again, and it will not be just that. Get lost. He warned coldly as he drove the tugs away. His furious gaze was sharp as a knife, forcing the grumbling man to clutch their wounds and flew in a panic. Is that good? I watched him in astonishment, trying to figure out why someone so skilled was merely a captain of a noble's guards. Even though I rarely pay attention to anything outside missions, during my time in Escar, I've seen sisters spar with that Iron Hera a few times. His swordsmanship is certainly not inferior. How come someone like him be just a guard captain? Has nobody recognized his talent, or is there some other reason? As all kinds of thoughts run through my mind, Sheehan has already returned to the boy's side, helping him up from the ground. I can finally see what the boy has been holding tightly against his chest. A worn blue pouch. Don't be afraid, it's alright now. What's your name? I want to go home. The boy didn't really answer, looking nervously at us. Instead, on closer inspection, he seems to be only 5 or 6 years old. I glance at Sheehan, who watches him with concern, lost in thought. If he goes back like this, he'll probably get targeted again. Let's walk him home, Sheehan. Sheehan nodded lightly. Perhaps it's my imagination, but I seem to have caught a glimpse of gratitude in his eyes. Would you really walk me home? Yes. Thank you. Are you a warrior? I want to become a warrior too. Oh man, sweet. If I become a powerful warrior, I can protect Mom. Big bro, you're amazing. You must know how to become a powerful warrior, right? Oh. Practice? Practice swinging a sword? No, practice survival skills. The boy falls silent, clearly puzzled by what survival has to do with becoming a powerful warrior. Sensing the awkwardness, I quickly changed the topic. So how much further until you reach your house? It's just up ahead. Ah, Mom. I look along where the boy runs and see an old wooden house on a vast grassy slope surrounded by a small fenced field. The field is not planted with crops, but rather vibrant flowers, with lush greenery surrounding the wooden house. Sayer, Mom, I'm telling you, this big bro is amazing. He chased off the baddies and brought me home. Mom is pretty too. Is that Lord Sheehan? You know me? Oh, of course, you have achieved quite a bit. How could I not recognize you? I truly appreciate that you helped my boy. I'm truly grateful. Thank the gods and thank you for saving Sayer. As for this noble young lady beside you, you must also be a noble, right? How should I address you? I'm just a guest of the royal city. You can just call me Jane. Alright, Lady Jane, I have nothing worthy to offer you in return. If you don't mind, please accept this. The woman takes the pouch from Sayer and pours out a few gleaming gold coins. I can't accept these, it's just a small effort and it's all thanks to Sheehan. Please keep them. But how about this? If it's alright, let's take a little of the vegetables back with us and you can keep the money for yourself, okay? Ah, lady, you're too kind. While I conversed with the woman, Sheehan turned his gaze to Seiya, who was crouched on the ground playing with the dirt. He lets out a gentle sigh and walks towards him. You want to become a warrior? Huh? Can I really become a warrior? Not now, you're too young. But I can teach you a few moves for self-defense. Thank you, big bro. Seiya addressed him as Lord Sheehan. Ah, he's so cute. To my surprise, Sheehan smiled faintly and took the boy's hand. Do you have a wooden sword? Isn't this Savior? Isn't this Savior? A wooden sword? Yes. Then let's go to the field nearby. You might not be able to beat those thugs just yet, but you'll at least be able to scare the field mice off. Field mice? What if I can't even beat them? Then run as fast as you can. I won't run, I will practice hard. They hold hands tightly, smiling at each other as they walk toward the grassy field. I watch them in silent amusement, only snapping back to reality after a while. Does he like children? Oh, you didn't know? Lord Sheehan has 3 younger siblings, and everyone here knows how much he cares for. So, he's from the royal city. I never know he can be like this. Seeing the two of them getting along so well, I can't help but follow along, watching him as he trains with Seiya. Don't forget the floor I just mentioned. Now try again. Okay, wrong. Relax your shoulders a bit more. Like this? Yes, just like that. You're doing great. He was serious yet careful when instructing the boy. His face remained stern, but whenever Seiya got the stance right, Sheehan would ruffle his hand or offer words of praise. On the grassland, the sounds of their movements and weapon swings highlight the tranquility of the moment. It does sound like a beautiful scene. It isn't until the sun starts to set that the woman calls Seiya for dinner, bringing their training to an end. Without realizing it, I find myself unable to take my eyes off Sheehan. Of course, on the way back, Sheehan returns to his usual quiet and composed self, rarely speaking to me. With no smile on his face, I look at him feeling curious again. Sheehan, are you thinking about that boy? His sword movements are quite swift. He might really become a fine warrior. He shouldn't become a warrior. The life of a warrior isn't as glamorous as it seems. Injuries and death are part of everyday life on the battlefield. He's the only child and they don't have any men at home. Well, what happened to Seiya's mom if he goes to war? That's very thoughtful of you. That's true. At this moment, a question suddenly arises in my mind. Speaking of which, how did you become a warrior? His Majesty was recruiting, so I went. Oh? His reply was so short that it left me momentarily stunned. However, as if sensing my confusion, Sheehan continues in a calm tone. My father, the main provider for our family, was a merchant who ran a fleet, but after he passed away in an accident, we struggled financially. Back then, my siblings were still very young and my mother's meager income was hardly enough to make ends meet. To help my mother with the household expenses, I desperately needed a job. Just then, the palace put up recruitment notices for soldiers with good pay. So I joined the military without telling my mother. At that time, I had no idea how dangerous a battlefield could be. Thank the gods I survived again and again. With these words, Sheehan gives a faint smile, but there seems to be something else buried deeply beneath his calm surface. Though Sheehan appears young, there's this maturity that goes beyond his age, and somehow my heart aches for it. Xavier. Rough. Sheehan gives me Xavier and Raphael vibes. But before long, he has masked that brief smile and returned to his usual distant self. The orange sunset bathes the grassland and water in a warm glow. People stroll leisurely, looking forward to the evening banquet after sundown. This is truly a beautiful country. Not really. It's nothing. Please rest tonight. I will personally come to greet you tomorrow. After arriving at my residence, he bows to me respectfully before turning to leave. I watch his retreating figure, lost in thought. What did he mean by that earlier? Clues to the poison. Maybe it's because so much has happened recently that I haven't been sleeping well for days. I woke up early. By the way, I haven't seen Igor again. I wonder where he went. Good morning, lady. Good morning. Is it okay if we have bread for breakfast today? Sure, thank you. I wonder when Lord Sheehan will come by today. Shouldn't be that early. Just as I finished speaking, there was a sudden knock at the door. Quickly swallowing the last bite of bread, I rushed to the door, and there he is, standing upright and nodding respectfully at me. Good morning. I hope I'm not interrupting. Not at all. Are you coming with me today? I'm very sorry, but we might have to postpone our schedule today. I have an important lead that I need to follow up on at the market. Please don't go out today. A lead, huh? Are you investigating something? Can't you tell me?
いいえ、違います。
Ah, it's a very nice voice. Not yet, but it's a lead regarding the poisoning incident at Var's banquet that day. Huh. I believe Lady Jane is innocent, so I hope to clear her name. Well then, I shall take my leave. Farewell. He bowed and turned to leave. It is at this moment that I realized one thing. So MC's got suspected of several poisoning incidents. So as a guard sent by the king, his duties are of course far from being as simple as guarding me. Right. With the conclusion in mind, I feel surprisingly calm. Perhaps because I sense no malice from him all this time. Why does he suddenly have so much faith in me? No, I have to tail him and find out. Sorry, I'm going out. Why are you in such a hurry? So she's tailing Sheehan. Hurriedly put on my boots and dash out the door, but I couldn't see his figure anymore. He said something about the market. The market is located, with what I can remember. I weaved through the streets and finally arrived at the market, with stalls set up in front of shops. I cannot locate him anywhere. The voice suddenly calls out to me. Oh, isn't that Lady Jane? Tell you what, Nana is back. Oh, how is she? Well, she's okay, but her son's illness seems to be getting worse. Regular medicine will not do anymore. Trying to gather money to exchange for medicine with the witches. Witches? Yes, although the things they sell are expensive and no one knows how to make them, they are said to be quite effective. So people still buy from them. So do they also make poisons? They probably do, but why are you asking this? Well. Oh, it's because there are no witches where I come from. Do you know where I can find one? I laugh awkwardly. Oh well, did you, that 5 or 6 year old kid last time came to the market, he always carries an opal pouch. His mother is a witch and she usually sends him to the street to sell things. What? Yes, that's him. There are indeed many unusual flowers and plants in the garden. Is this the important lead Sheehan mentioned that required him to come to the market? I should go to their house and check. Perhaps I'll find Sheehan there. Witches don't just make medicine, they also create all sorts of strange stuff. It's better for you not to get involved with them. Where did she go? Right, I think MC's run off. Right, surprisingly, the mother is a witch. From what I could remember, made it to a small house. Someone's already there before me. Was Sheehan. Lady Jane? Sheehan, they expect you to actually be here. Could Sarah's mom really be connected to the poisoning incident? She hasn't committed any crime, only here to ask her some questions. But why are you here? I'm just worried about what's going on. You really are investigating me, aren't you? Are you the one sent by King Nixdorf to keep an eye on me? This is my fault and I sincerely apologize for any confusion I've caused. Once the matter is resolved, I will explain myself. Please give me a bit more time. Things will be handled soon. For your safety, Lady Jane, please head back. Although I understand that she and Manuel, I don't intend to just listen and go back this time. I'll take care of myself, but going back is not an option. I'm coming with you. Since you have to prove my innocence, there's no harm in letting me tag along, right? He opens his mouth but ends up saying nothing. Then, as if giving his silent consent, he shifts his focus back to the small house in front of us. I too listen carefully for any signs around us. The area is eerily quiet with no signs of human activities, yet if one listens closely, a faint beast growl seems to come from afar. Seems to be magic at play. Watch out behind you. A shadow leaped at me. Before I could react, Sheehan turned, drawing his sword and slashing at the shadow. Looking closely, it's not a common beast. It's a long, floating creature emitting a faint glow over his body, like what, the dragon? Though his attacks are fierce, or snake. Under Sheehan's sharp strikes, it lets out a shrill screech and falls to the ground. Is that a ferret? From what I can remember, these creatures feed on magic and fey herbs, and they are incredibly greedy. They often appear in packs. They sense magic. Now's not the time to think about that. Stay alert. I think it's another battle. A battle round. Yep. Time for my team.
大将お前は共闘しないか。大将が変な
I see Lick like running right in front.
変なちょうど共闘しないか。
They look like cute animals to me.
いい感じ。
ありがとうございます。
大
Am I
将
going through this so
共闘
easily because
しない
I
か。
have got
いい感じだ。
Sheehan's SR card? Maybe.
次は私の番です。援助感謝します。
Oh, I level up. Not bad. So many. Oh, he went to kick the door. Oh no, Sayer's mom. Is she injured? Dangerous outside. Hang in there. Are you okay? Please save Sayer. Where's he? I had the same question. He ran into the forest to divert them. Damn it. Sheehan furrows his brow, grits his teeth, and rushes out of the house. I want to follow, but seeing how weak Sayer's mom looks, I contain my impulse to help her up. It's going to be okay. Sheehan is strong and Sayer is a clever kid. They'll be back safely soon, but how could this happen? They should only be drawn to powerful magic. Someone paid me a lot of money to make a cure for a deadly illness. She seemed desperate and I wanted to get the medicine to her quickly, so I used a large amount of fey herbs. I didn't expect it to attract so many pharaohs before it was even finished. I shouldn't have rushed it. I tried to help her to the bed so she can rest, but she pleads with me tearfully. Please. The client also went into the forest. Nana. What? Hearing Nana's name, I looked at Saya's mom in shock. So it was Nana that commissioned her. Don't worry, Sheehan, I will make sure that they are safe. Please rest for now. After softly reassuring her, I leave the wooden house and look for Sheehan, following the tracks left by him. Saya, Nana, Sheehan, where are you? I search for the three of them. As I venture deeply into the forest, I rush toward the sound and soon see Sheehan holding Saya's hand, his sword in the other, cautiously walking towards me. Saya, you're late. Oh, he's fine. He wasn't harmed by the pharaohs. He just fell and he could still walk. Could you first take Saya back or stay behind to check for any remaining threats? Wait, let me go with you. I still need to find Miss Nana. Nana? Sheehan's voice suddenly shot up, sounding utterly shocked. Do you know her? Of course, she's my mother. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. What? So she's really mad at the in-laws. Don't worry, Big Sis Jane and Big Bro Sheehan. You really took care of those scary creatures, right? I can get back on my own. You two should go find Big Bro's mom. She must be in danger. When Saya heard that we were looking for Sheehan's mother, he dried his tears and insisted that he return alone, assuring us that he would take care of his mom and that we shouldn't worry. With our minds eased, we followed a trail on the ground, quickly find a few remaining pharaohs and the middle-aged woman I saw a few days ago. Oh, right. The blonde hair and the blue eyes. She was clutching a bundle wrapped in cloth, running from the pursuing pharaohs, who seemed to be targeting the bundle. However, for some reason, she refuses to let it go. We made it just in time. Mom? Mom? Miss Nana. Sheehan? Seeing Sheehan hear the despair in Nana's eyes gradually gives way to hope, and she turns and runs toward us. At the same time, Sheehan, relieved to see his mother safe, lets her aside, but quickly shifts to rage upon seeing the blood stains on her. Let's deal with these pharaohs first. His voice was cold and composed, but I could feel the seething anger underneath, like a volcano boiling beneath its snowy surface. Harming my family, this is unforgivable. Amazingly big. That's all. Healing magic. After assuring that all pharaohs were eliminated, we returned to Saya and his mother's house. Once we arrived safely, she and I accompanied Nana, who was still shaken, back to her home. Sorry, Sheehan. Sorry, Lady Jane, for making you worry. Mom, you said I's illness wasn't serious. I didn't want to burden you. You're the knight's captain. What? Aren't you just a guard, Captain? No, I'm not. This time I reintroduced myself. I'm Sheehan Sawyer, Captain of the First Knight Order of the Kingdom of Noriva. I usually serve at the coastal barracks, but I recently returned to the royal city for some business. The day I got home, my mother told me she was saved by a kind young lady. After some inquiries, I learned where you live and wanted to personally thank you. After all, you saved her life. Then why hide your identity? Because His Majesty issued me and a few other knights a new order. He wanted one of us to be your guard and watcher while you were in the royal city. When I found out that the person who saved my mother, namely you, was a suspect in the poisoning incident, I thought it might be a misunderstanding. So to clear your name, I volunteered to be your guard while conducting a private investigation. And after spending time with you, I became even more certain that you are not the kind that would take a life so easily. Thank you for believing in me. Following Nana's steps, we arrive at the small house. Intense coughing can be heard from within. What are we gonna do? The medicine isn't finished yet. I don't know how long ice is gonna last. If you trust me, let me take a look. Lady Jane, does MC know how to cure? I see a frail boy lying on a bed, his body convulsing with each violent cough. He's burning up. Place my hand on the boy's forehead. I think I can help him. Through my palm, I channel my healing magic into the boy's body. As I do, I can feel his breathing becoming more stable and his forehead is no longer scorching hot. This is a miracle. Thank the gods, thank the gods. Feel a wave of dizziness from the magic drain, but I force a smile, hoping to not worry them. There's no need to worry anymore. He'll recover. Everything will be okay. Interesting. Gratitude. Now Sheehan's gonna get tied to MC for life out of gratitude. After that, he insisted on walking me back home, so we paced along the trail bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. What a long day. Yeah. Lady Jane, you're one of the gods, aren't you? Huh? I stare at him in surprise. He remains calm, his eyes fixed on me. He has suffered from illness since childhood. Even I could tell that his condition was difficult, yet you miraculously healed him. You have helped my mother and saved my brother. I can barely repay such kindness. Oh yes, you can. So if there's anything you need, I'll do my best to fulfill it. Sounds naughty. Confronted with Sheehan's direct questioning about my identity, I hesitated, allowing the silence to stretch, before finally deciding to speak. You're right. I'm a Valkyrie from Asgard. I've come here to seek my Einherji, a warrior who has served the gods. Einherji, do you want me to give up my life now to serve the gods? No, it's not like that. You can form a contract with me to achieve that, but I won't come for you until the moment your life ends. Then I'll take you to Asgard, so I can live out my life here in Midgard until then. Yes. You saved me and my family. I want to repay those deeds. Please allow me to serve you and Asgard. I didn't expect him to agree so quickly, but his gaze is unwavering, as if he had already made up his mind. Just curious, has anyone ever told you how serious and overly formal you are? As if I'm anything but those. I can't argue with that. Meeting a warrior like Sheehan in Midgard feels like fate. Other than that, I do not know how to explain this miracle. I see Sheehan. From now on, let's work together. Oh, by the way, there's something important I need to explain first. Great, now he's looking serious again. How am I supposed to bring this up? But if I don't say anything right now, I'll never forgive myself. Okay, I think MC's gonna have to tell him I'll be using sail to form our contract, but due to its nature and by the constitution of my body, there's a chance that you might need to hold me. The last time MC's done the hold me thing with Legna. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Could you please clarify what you mean by that? That's really funny. Oh, this is a nice background picture, right? Well, during the process, the magic connection might cause we might experience emotional fluctuation. Emotional fluctuation, yes. No, not just emotions. How should I explain this? Oh, hi. Hello. Hi, Invisible. How are you? It's been some time. Thanks for reading. And welcome. It's almost holiday season soon. Yeah, I've been well, I started 2 streams ago on this this new 2D Otome game. But yes, other than that, I've still been streaming on Let's. How about you? I'm sorry, but it's wait, the dialogue here is really funny. Getting my ass kicked in. Wait, what game is that? So I'm seeing the story now. Is trying to explain to Sheehan that they might need to do what married couples do. My hero, Ultra Rumble. I see. It's Invisible. It's a game. Sheehan is shocked. We'll only need to do it. Just think of it as a side effect of the magic. MC is reckless. She's telling him that they need to do it but not become husband and wife. Like, what the hell? Sometimes this game is taking me out, but I'm sorry. This is just a new Otome game that's like, I don't know. The translation is kind of funny. Of course, you could try to hold back, but I'm uncertain whether that sensation will fade with time or not. You have to excuse me. I'm finding this very funny. So I think it's just amusing. Did he just say he'll never touch her? Okay. What if it becomes unbearable? I'll be able to handle it. Why are they making all the Virgo guys people of extreme control? Like they did the same with Zayn in Lads, and now they're doing it. If I'm not wrong, Sheehan is a Virgo as well. I'm just not sure what's with Virgos and control. I will have to leave soon. Actually, I'm heading out for dinner. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Looking at his serious, and I'll finish up this chapter, I guess. Looking at his serious and unyielding expression, I find myself unable to question him further. Why am I eating? I feel like going for ramen. So there's no cooking done at home, so I'll probably head out to a nearby mall to have some ramen. The weather here is it's a little bit cool today. It's been raining since last night, so something hot would feel really nice. Okay, I have a shock. I was in shock because I nearly thought that we're gonna get hit with a R18 scene again.